A worn-out Chevelle sat untouched in a quiet driveway for months. Its paint was peeling, its tires sagging, and dust settled over it like forgotten history. Every morning, 32-year-old mechanic Ethan passed by it on his way to work. He always admired old classics, and something about that Chevelle pulled at him, though he never saw its owner. One evening, while returning from his workshop, Ethan noticed an elderly woman struggling to lift a small toolbox from the trunk of her car. She was dressed simply, her grey hair tied neatly, her steps slow. Ethan rushed forward without hesitation. She thanked him softly, introducing herself as Mrs. Taylor, his new neighbour. Her warm tone surprised him. Most people ignored a mechanic covered in oil stains. Days later, she asked almost shyly if he could take a look at the old Chevelle. It once belonged to her late husband. Ethan didn't even ask for money. He simply agreed, knowing sentiment carries more weight than cash. The car didn't start, the wiring was messy, and rust ate through parts that should have shined. He spent hours after work restoring what he could. Slowly, the machine that once refused life began breathing again. The first time the engine fired, Mrs. Taylor stood beside him, hands trembling. That sound meant memory, youth, and love returning. Ethan began visiting daily, fixing dents, polishing chrome, cleaning interior leather by hand. Mrs. Taylor tried paying him several times, but he refused each time. He told her, "Some things deserve to shine again." One afternoon, she invited him inside for tea. Her living room was modest. Old books, a few family pictures, wooden shelves with hand-stitched tablecloths. Nothing suggested wealth or recognition. She asked about his life, and Ethan told her about struggling to run a small garage, raising his niece after her parents passed away, and trying to keep up with rent. Mrs. Taylor listened deeply, without interruption, her eyes soft and thoughtful. The next week, the car was finally restored. Its deep blue paint glowed under sunlight, the chrome mirrors reflected like silver, the stereo hummed like new. Ethan decided to add a last detail, a polished silver emblem engraved with her husband's initials. When Mrs. Taylor saw it, she cried quietly, covering her face. He drove the Chevelle around the neighborhood for a test ride, and she watched from her porch, smiling like memories had been reborn. Word spread, and people admired Ethan's work. Some even asked for quotes, but he always answered the same. "Not now." This one was different. A few days later, a black-tinted SUV stopped in front of Ethan's small workshop. Two men stepped out wearing tailored suits. They handed him a sealed envelope and said the woman next door wanted him to have it. Confused, Ethan accepted. Inside was a handwritten note and a key. The letter began, "Ethan, there is something I never told you." She revealed she was not a simple elderly neighbor. She was the sole owner of an automobile parts company, one of the largest suppliers in the region. Her husband had built the foundation, and she expanded it over the years. Quietly, she had been looking for someone trustworthy to take over her late husband's classic car division, but could not find a person who valued heart more than profit. Ethan's name was written at the end of the letter, followed by an address. The key belonged to a fully equipped garage, bigger than anything Ethan had ever seen, registered in his name. Mrs. Taylor knew he would hesitate, so she wrote, "This is not charity. This is placement of responsibility." That evening she met him on her porch and said softly, "You restored more than a car for me. You restored a memory, and anyone who works with hands must work with heart." Ethan didn't know whether to speak, thank her, or cry. She smiled gently, asking only one request, that every restored classic include her husband's initials so his legacy remained alive. Months passed, and Ethan's new workshop flourished. Classic cars lined up outside his gate. His niece visited often, running from one car to another, laughing freely. Mrs. Taylor came sometimes, sitting near the garage window, watching engines roar again. Where people once saw a poor mechanic, today they saw someone trusted, respected, and chosen. He didn't know the woman next door had wealth, power, and business roots extending through industries. He only saw a grieving widow trying to revive something precious. And she only saw a man whose kindness never asked price. A forgotten Chevelle became a beginning. A small act of help turned into a life rebuilt, and a hidden millionaire found the one person worthy of handling what mattered most. Some stories do not begin with signatures or contracts. They begin with a wrench, an old engine, and the heart behind the work.